4 Jax starts right now with a breaking news alert.
We are now entering day 3 of the search for 2 siblings, Braxton and Bria Williams. They've been missing since late Sunday morning. Concerns over the children's well-being continues to grow as time goes on. Despite days of nonstop searching, Jacksonville Sheriff Mike Williams says crews have found nothing in their investigation. The children were reported missing by a relative Sunday afternoon just before a family barbecue. Search efforts are still going on as we speak. JSO, as well as hundreds of volunteers, spent the night scouring the neighborhood and surrounding areas trying to find any clues as to where the missing brother and sister might be. News4JAX has been on top of this story since we first learned about their disappearance. Ashley Harding is live from the White House area this morning. Good morning.
Yes, Selena, good morning to you. You know, a lot of people are still deeply concerned about the missing children, and right now we are working to learn if the sheriff will be providing another update in the search for Braxton and Bria. But looking live right now, that is the mobile command center right behind us, and you can see they are still here. Crime scene tape is up along with at least 2 police cruisers, and that mobile command unit is behind that tape as well. As of this morning, police still say there is no sign of the missing children. Now, this is video showing some of that search yesterday from our Skyforce helicopter. The sheriff said at one point 100 officers and 100 investigators were actively looking for the children. JSO helicopter, dive team, and K9 officers and drones are part of the search as well. Now, police also are asking people in the area to look around their properties and to notify them if anything appears to be out of place. Now, police say the children's parents are cooperating with investigators and there are no signs of an abduction. They have spoken with area registered sex offenders. They're not ruling out any possibilities. Now, other family members have told News4JAX the children's parents are devastated and that grief is resonating with others in the community as well.
It's close to Christmas. I don't know if the family's together. I'm just concerned. I'm concerned. It's sad that our children cannot take and play in the front yard without being supervised 24/7. It's scary.
And of course, we are standing by for any potential developments in the case or possibly any new briefings from the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office in the search for the missing children, Braxton and Bria Williams. Of course, anyone with information is asked to get in touch with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. Reporting live in White House, Ashley Harding, Channel 4, the local station.
The community has been a major part of this search effort, along with JSO. News4JAX reporter Eric Avigné spoke with neighbors of the children. They say this entire ordeal has them terrified.
Yes, the neighbors I spoke with say they are very terrified because it's not every day they walk out their door only to see police going through their trash cans or searching nearby ponds for 2 small children who were reported missing. And also, it's not every day this community deals with children who just up and vanish in thin air.
As the bulk of the investigation into the disappearance of 6-year-old Braxton Williams and his 5-year-old sister Bria is centered inside the Paradise Village mobile home community, other children like Selena Hutchings and her sister Serenity Dennis, who live in the community, are seeing firsthand the seriousness of the search. Their mother gave us permission to speak with them on camera.
They check like the garbage cans and stuff for the bodies, and it's just like real scary because I have a little brother and like anything can happen, and then we live in the neighborhood where it's happening at. It scares me a lot.
It scares you a lot?
Because like it could be my cousins or somebody related to me.
Around 11:30 Sunday morning, Braxton and Bria Williams were last seen playing in their front yard. 2 hours later, they were reported missing. By early evening, an Amber Alert was issued. Selena Hutchings says she never met or knew her missing neighbors, but says news of what happened in her community was a topic of discussion in her 5th grade class. She says her classmates were speculating on whether her neighbors were abducted.
What were they saying?
They're saying like that's wrong and how they shouldn't do that because they don't even know them or may have, but that's still wrong to do that.
1 mile up the road inside the Walker's Hamlet subdivision, large groups of police went door to door handing out flyers with pictures of the missing children. Neighbors like Michelle Rodriguez says officers were also checking behind homes and even searching this retention pond.
What's going through your mind as you're seeing this playing out, knowing there are 2 children out there in which so many people are searching for?
Devastated, scared, like hoping they get found found safe, come back home. I have kids of my own, so I could just imagine what's going through the family's mind and how they're responding to this.
So many people have been interested in the outcome of this search that many of them who don't even live near this community have driven up, pulled us to the side and asked us if there were any updates as to the whereabouts of those children. And unfortunately, we have no new information about the whereabouts of those children. Eric Avanier, Channel 4, the local station.
News4JAX will continue to have crews out working to uncover new details in the search. You can get the latest updates when we're not on air. Just visit our website at news4jax.com or download our news app. Happening today, JEA's Board of Trustees will hold a formal meeting to discuss concerns over the plan to take a look at possibly selling the utility. One of the members plans to make a motion to remove Aaron Zahn as CEO. This comes as Jacksonville's utility company negotiates a potential sale with bidders. There have been calls for a grand jury investigation into the process. On Monday, Jacksonville City Council questioned JEA executives, including CEO Aaron Zahn, about the controversial plan that would allow JEA employees to buy stock options that would pay off handsomely if the utility was sold. News4JAX spoke with political analyst Rick Mullaney, who was one of the first to voice concerns about that plan.
Make no mistake about it, this was not a good day for Aaron Zahn. It was not a good day for JEA management. It was not a good day for JEA. And the explanations today paint a very bleak picture of what happened at JEA. Some of the explanations by the CEO don't make a lot of sense.
Mayor Lenny Curry, who has backed Zahn's strategic plan to restructure JEA, issued a statement to News4JAX. He says he will support any decision made by the board, noting that if it consists of members appointed by him and then confirmed by the city council. We're just one day away from a historic vote on Capitol Hill. The full House will convene to vote on impeachment articles against President Trump brought by House Democrats. But before that vote, lawmakers are reviewing the rules of the process. Today, the House Rules Committee will meet to determine the length of floor debate over the articles. In the Senate, lawmakers are looking ahead to a trial in the upper chamber. This comes after the House Judiciary Committee released a report summarizing what Democrats say are the key points in their articles, claiming the president violated several federal laws linked to his dealings with Ukraine. JSO is investigating a deadly crash that happened on Beach Boulevard last night. They say a woman was crossing the street near the intersection of Parental Home Road when she was hit and killed by a pickup truck. Investigators say another vehicle rear-ended that truck and both drivers stopped. They didn't have any injuries. We're following a traffic alert out of Baker County. FHP is monitoring a wildfire. It's in the area of US 90 and County Road 258. Troopers are warning drivers to use extra caution in this area because of smoke and fog during these early morning hours. A SpaceX rocket launched the first satellite for a company that's hoping to bring internet access to remote areas of the Pacific.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition, liftoff.
Pacific is based in Singapore. It aims to bring consistent internet connection to as many as 1 million people living on islands. Pacific satellite will sit on an orbit about 22,000 miles above the Earth, positioned over the Asia-Pacific region. Ground stations will bounce the signal to antennas, creating internet hotspots. People living near those hotspots will be able to stop by their grocery store or gas station and pick up vouchers for internet access. Positively Jax, Walmart is helping an elementary school in the College Gardens neighborhood in a huge way. The company gave SP Livingston a $47,000 grant for a new playground and school supplies. Designers unveiled renderings showing what the new play area will look like at a special ceremony Monday. It will replace an old wooden play set that has been around for 2 decades.
We do not want them to go home being injured and hurt, because the school should be a place that students can come, be safe, learn, and have a wonderful day. And so this is why we need the playground, to keep our babies from getting hurt on old equipment.
The playground is expected to be ready for students by this spring. 12 minutes of terror for a toddler who was taken when a stranger took off in the vehicle she was sleeping in. Coming up, how police managed to safely rescue the little girl. Bria and Braxton Williams from the White House area on the west side. Now, the search begins Sunday afternoon before a family barbecue. We'll continue to keep you updated.